Hey everybody, Lauren Cohn here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel where I show bass guitarists, upright bassists, and all jazz instrumentalists how to unleash your souls through the power of jazz. Now remember, if you like what you're seeing here, make sure to smash that like button and share with everybody you know. Today I want to talk about sus chords. This is one of my favorite sounds in jazz. I want to break this down in a way that gets us right to the beautiful color tones and money notes of a sus chord. We're going to look at this through Herbie Hancock's classic Maiden Voyage, which is a beautiful study in sus chords. There's one minor seventh chord in this song, but really it's just all sus chords. And we're going to use this by looking at an exercise that we did in the winter touching bass boot camp on Maiden Voyage. So before we break this down, let's just listen to what's happening here. First I'm going to play the bass guitar version, then I'm going to play the version for upright bass. Let's check these out. Okay, so let's just review a little bit what a sus4 chord is. So in Maiden Voyage, we'll break this down, but our first chord is D7 sus. We're going to talk about what you see here, how we think about this in terms of A minor 9 over D. But if we just see D7 sus, just assuming this is sus4, what we're really doing is we have D, G, A, C. All right, that's the essential sound here. What we're doing when we have a sus4 chord is we are leaving out the third. If you notice here, there's no F sharp, there's no F minor in this chord. D, G, A, C. Okay? So we have no third. We are suspending the third and replacing it with a fourth. This gives us this beautiful open sound. But what I want to specifically talk about today, and I have this here, you can see this on this lead sheet here. This is again the PDF that's available in the description box. What I want to talk about is how to really think about and break down and play sus chords so that we get at all these money notes and color tones. And the way that we do this, and this is the way that piano players think about this chord, is by thinking about a sus chord as a minor ninth built from the fifth degree. So if we look here at our first chord here, the first chord of this tune, D7 sus, really what we want to think about here is think about this as A minor 9 over D. Okay, so that's going to sound like this. Okay, so just so you can see here, and it doesn't matter if you don't play piano, but in my right hand here on the piano, I'm basically outlining a C major 7th or A minor 9th. Remember, A minor and C 7th are the same thing, okay? So really here I have C major or A minor, okay, really A minor 9th. I could add that A in there too, over D. The beauty of this is that it gives me all the color tones, okay? So I have G, I have my 4th degree, okay? Then I have B natural, I have the 13th in there, the 6th of the 13th. I have C, I have my 7th, and I have E, I have my 9th, okay? So when we think about a sus chord as a minor 9th built off the 5th degree, okay, so for D, we're building a minor 9th off of A. We get all of these beautiful color tones. Same thing here when we move on to the 5th bar here. When we have F7 sus, okay, we go to the 5th degree to C, and we build a minor 9th from C. We think about F7 sus as C minor 9th over C, or E flat major 7th over F. E flat major, C minor are the same thing. So in this case, okay, I have F, I have B flat, I have my 4th, I have D natural, my 6th or my 13th, I have E flat the 7th, and I have G my 9th, okay? Beautiful color. So much more beautiful than just thinking about this as just a sort of vanilla sus chord if we just thought F, B flat, C, E flat. So I want you to start thinking and working through how to think about sus chords as going to the 5th degree and thinking a minor 9th built from the 5th degree over the root. Now, let's just break down this little exercise here that outlines these sounds. So let's go to our first chord here. We have 4 bars of D7 sus, and again, we're thinking about this as A minor 9th over D. So let's look at our first chord here, D7 sus, and what I'm doing in this pattern is I'm outlining an A minor 9th arpeggio starting on the 9th. I'm starting on B natural and outlining this arpeggio. So I have B, C, E, G, B, G, E, C, B, A, okay? And then for our purposes here for this exercise, I just repeat it up an octave, okay? So when we move on to our next chord, F7 sus, we have F sus, I'm starting on, okay, outlining a C minor 9th chord starting on D natural, which for F7 sus is the 13th, and if we're thinking about it as C minor 9th over F, we're starting on the 9th. So now moving on to our next chord here, the first chord of the bridge, E flat 7 sus, or as we're thinking about this, as a piano player we're thinking about this, B flat minor 9th over E flat. Okay, so we have this sort of sound, same pattern as before. Okay, so in this case I'm starting on C. Okay. And then now in bar 13th, the last chord of the bridge here, this is where we have a minor 7th chord. Remember on this tune, this is a minor 7th chord. A lot of people play this as a sus chord. This chord here is a minor 7th chord. C sharp minor 7th is the same thing as E major 7th over C. So if we have C sharp minor there, I start on the 9th degree. I start on D sharp. Same pattern as before. And then the last section, the last A section of the song, same as the first section. D7 sus for 4 bars, F7 sus for 4 bars, D7 sus. We're thinking about it as A minor 9th over D. F7 sus is C minor 9th over F. Remember, there's a PDF here, a free PDF in the description box of everything I showed you today. Check out these sus chords, work this into your vocabulary. It's a beautiful open sound filled with color. And until next time, practice well.